I just had a giant aha moment after talking to my friend today, and I want to put it out here, if nothing else, to remember the conversation. And I'll share with you, and maybe you'll get something out of it too. I was talking to my friend, who happens to be a brilliant therapist, about this angst I feel every time after I do a workshop or I do a presentation. In this case, I was on a podcast. And while I was talking on the podcast, being interviewed, I enjoyed myself. I had a great time. But it's afterwards, and it doesn't matter what the situation is, I feel this enormous amount of angst, and I beat myself up. And so my friend challenged me, and she asked me, so what if you did bad, Adela? And that question just blew my mind wide open. Like, what if I did bad? What's the worst thing that can happen? I've been sitting with this for about an hour and a half, and I'm writing a blog about it because there is so much for me to unpack here. She just really landed somewhere. Thank you, Deborah Fraser. You're the best. Look her up. She's in Ohio. And then I looked for, like, what is this perfectionism? Like, what is it that drives me? And there's a difference between excellence, right? I want to do things well, and I have this drive. But there's also this perfectionism that everything has to be just so before I want to put it out, or how did I do? Or really, it's like, what are people going to say? And why do I care what people are going to say? And so that took me down to, where does that even come from? And Brene Brown talks about, and she has this clip, it's like 8-minute clip. She's talking to Oprah about perfectionism, and how this is her quote, when perfectionism is driving, shame is always riding shotgun. Yes, the shame of being seen, first of all, of being seen as not good enough, not capable, not perfect, not saying the right thing, not presenting the right way. Like, that hit home for me, like, really in a big freaking way. And I'm unpacking. So, this is not perfect. Good. I'm glad this is not perfect. So I started digging deeper, like, where does this need to be perfect and be seen perfect come from? And it goes back to childhood. Everything goes back to childhood. That's where it all begins. And, I think my parents are very proud of me, and they saw this great potential in me and pushed me, from a place of love. But I internalized it and made it, or my understanding of it and how I created meaning was, I get love, attention, affection, acceptance through achievements. So I started being like really super good in school, right? I mean, it came natural to me. And then the expectation was only bring home straight A's, even though my older sister was, average student. That was totally okay. We didn't talk about it. There was no pressure on her. The pressure was put on me to be like this ideal, like high achiever who does everything really well. Like, my dad told me that I was going to be the first doctor in our family, and how proud he was of that. And I mean, he planned where I was going to study and what he was going to buy me my car, what kind of car. I was 4 years old. I remember feeling like overwhelmed, or something, like that was not my dream. At 7, I was in first grade, and my mom had a teacher conference. I was there because I needed to interpret. At 7, I was the interpreter and the translator. And my teacher said, I think, Adela, it could be the first Swedish female prime minister. Right? I was 7. And my mother swelled with pride. And I think she told everybody who she ever talked to. that I was going to be Sweden's first female prime minister. I mean, this is all coming together for me. Like, I understand now why I don't like to be on video. I don't want to be seen. I don't even want to hear myself, because what if it's not freaking perfect? This is so huge, y'all. I'm having a therapy moment right here in front of you. I'm processing. Like, this is huge for me right now. Again, thank you, Deborah Fraser, your good friend and soul sister. And I need to book an appointment for real. I have so much to unpack. The pressure of being perfect and what are people going to say was big in our family, because as an immigrant family, there was this strive to be excellent, which is good. I think the strive to be excellent is different because it's internal, right? The striving for excellence is I want to do good because it's important to me, versus what are people going to say? Now I'm performing. And I believe that I've been performing for a long time, and the two get mixed up. And I'm not always clear on where am I. So in this moment, I'm feeling a lot of feelings. And the one feeling that perfectionism hides is shame, right? The shame of not being seen as this good enough or capable or, yeah, perfect. I get really excited when there's more layers to peel. I take great pride in my work on myself. And when I see that, wow, I can go even deeper in this rabbit hole and explore more of places that I've held so protected. Like, it's all protection, self-protection, self-preservation, because the pain of being seen as less than, I'm going to be disappointing someone. And I don't want people to be disappointed in me. I think I want to cry. Because what if I'm not responsible for people's feelings? So if you're disappointed in me, that's your right. And that's your prerogative, right? I'm not here. Let me say the Gestalt prayer for a moment. You are you, and I am me. You are not in this world to live up to my expectations, and I am not in this world to live up to yours. Yeah. If we cross paths, it's a beautiful thing. And if we don't, it can't be helped. But the main sentence there is, I am not here to live up to your expectations, and you're not here to live up to mine. Whew. Huge moment. Yeah. I'm going to sit with that a little bit. Maybe I'll write a blog, finish my blog. I started it, but I just needed to talk it out. So thank you if you're still here, thank you. This was very helpful for me. I hope it was good for you. And if it wasn't, you know what? It's okay. I'm totally okay with you not being okay with this. It's my process. Yeah. Thank you for listening.